So many of us know the story of King Tut, or at least know that name, King Tut. And Tutankhamun was a king that probably would have gotten lost in the pages of history if it wasn't for this amazing discovery of his tomb in 1922. He was the boy king, became king when he was 9 years old, and then probably died around 18 or 19 years old. And the objects of King Tut's tomb have always been fascinating to people. There have been very small exhibitions that have traveled the world from Egypt, but this is the first time you see over 1,000 objects. Now, they're all replicas, they're reproductions, but this exhibition really gives you the feel of what it was like for Howard Carter, the British archaeologist, and the day he discovered this tomb. This was a guy who worked in the Valley of the Kings for 4 years, and people were telling him, listen, there's nothing left, you need to give up. His financier said the money's gone, but he kept pushing on, and one day one of the young boys, the Egyptian boys he was working with, said, Mr. Carter, come over here, and they discovered a step, and they brushed away the sand, and it was the first step down to an intact tomb, what all the archaeologists had been looking for. He had discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun, the most intact tomb ever discovered. So this exhibition brings you those artifacts, but in replica form, and in ways you cannot, in any other way, get this close and up personal to these objects. There are no glass over these pieces, as you can see. The rooms of the tomb are recreated exactly, and sometimes that surprises people because they look like maybe junk thrown into your garage, but this is the way the tombs were left. And when Howard Carter broke through that sealed door, that plastered portal, and he stuck a candle inside, and someone behind said, what do you see? And he said, I see wonderful things. Well, this was the amazing discovery. So you feel that in this exhibition. You feel that sense of discovery, that sense of awe, and then you see the detail and the beauty of all these objects, these gold objects, jewelry, objects that were part of the burial process, objects that were made specifically to go into the afterlife with the boy king, models of boats so he could sail on the Nile. So a fascinating experience, and one that's so friendly, I think, to the audience, to the guests, because you experience that discovery, like I mentioned, of Tutankhamun, and then you see these beautiful objects right up close.